Workout Sniper back again. I want to do a product review on these two different adjustable track bars for a 99 to 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee WJ. Um, so anyhow, with the rough country long arm lift kit comes with this uh, adjustable track bar. This thing is not any better than the factory piece besides the fact you can adjust it longer for the lift. That's it. It came with this heim joint here. Go ahead and put it on this. And it just has these two misalignment spacers in it. They're not even made onto it. And I don't know if you can hear this on the video. That's from driving this thing about 10 miles. That's all the drive this thing got. Didn't go off-road, didn't do anything, literally drove it to work. And before I even got to work, it had this horrible clunking sound, and I wound up finding out it was this heim joint. So anyhow, there's that. So I went and got a Curry Enterprises heim joint custom made. Okay, great. It works, no problems there. And Curry Enterprises will custom build you a heim joint any way you want it for no additional charge. And their turnaround's pretty quick on it too. But here's the deal. This is like less than 1/8 inch thick. So like I say, it's pretty much a factory replacement with the extra adjustment in it. That's it. First time, well, I drove the truck to Arizona. And that was like right after I got the lift ready, four-wheel drive was done. Went off-roading in it for a little bit, slid over, barely bumped a rock. Next thing you know, my steering wheel is all crooked up like this. And that was the problem, is it literally bent this, just bent this whole rod. So anyhow, that's that. This piece costs, I believe, about 140 bucks. This heim joint is like $50. So yeah, not real happy about that. This is the Rusty's off-road adjustable heim joint. It's good up to, I think, 4.5, maybe even 6 inches of lift. And this is how it comes. This is, I believe, 1/4 inch wall DMM tubing. It's got a heavy-duty heim joint, or not a heim joint. It's bushed joint, and rides better because it's got a little bushing in there. But it's still adjustable. It still flexes just fine. This has been on there now for, I don't know, 5,000 miles or so. No issues. Both of the last off-road videos I was in, the flex test and the Crocker Springs run, this track bar was in it. No issues whatsoever. The only reason I really took it out is for the video. And where it bolts up on the frame, I added some washers in it just to make it a little more rigid, because of this and this, bouncing around, it walled the hole out a little bit. So went and got some heavy duty 1/4 inch thick washers, drilled them out the exact size of the bolt, welded those in just to give a little extra strength right there, but wasn't really necessary. But this cost about 160 bucks delivered. So if I would have just went and bought this Rusty's off-road track bar to begin with, I would have been money ahead. Not to mention, it's obviously a superior part. You can see the difference in the thickness of it. It actually has, you know, weld-in threads and everything. And unlike this piece, if you look here, where it bolts up, it's just straight. There's no, but on WJ, you actually need it to be kicked just slightly so it bounces up. If you notice, this one is actually kicked off a little bit, so it lines up perfectly with the holes. No problem with installation, slid right in. Absolutely ecstatic with it. Anyhow, that's my review on the rough country versus the Rusty's off-road track bar. Unfortunately, I've already thrown away the original track bar. I'd have it to compare to, but basically it looks identical to this, besides it's got this rubber bushing thing in there and rubber bushings on each end. It's not adjustable. So this is how I went and installed the washers on this thing. I just went and put the washers in, put the bolt through it, tighten the bolt down a little bit, and then I welded the washers out. Got a couple 1-inch stitch welds on here. I want to buff it out a little bit and paint it just so it doesn't have any rust issues. And same thing back here on the back side. It's kind of hard to get to weld, but anyhow, it just adds that little extra bit of contact with the bolt. Unfortunately, the way this works out, the bolt is actually mounted in shear. In other words, the threads are actually contacting the mounting material, which is not ideal, but I don't really think it's going to be an issue because of the way everything mounts up on this. So we'll try it. If it comes up with more problems, I'll have to remove this bump stop and then get a longer bolt where the whole area isn't in shear, and then bolt it from the other side where the excess will come out this way. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you guys a little quick video on how I did that. Anyhow, see you guys next time.